Aloha! I'm Jalen, and I'm here with my friends Nathan and Hinata. We will be analyzing the functionality of both fictional and real-life Suicide Squads. The fictional team we'll be looking at is from the 2021 film The Suicide Squad. If you are not familiar with Suicide Squads, they are groups of criminals organized by the government who are tasked with fighting large-scale crime. The main idea is to fight evil with evil. In return, the squad members get time off their prison sentences. What positive and negative outcomes may arise from a concept like this? And should a real Suicide Squad exist?
Let's focus on the good parts of the film Suicide Squad team. First off, the squad has the potential to fight crime for its nation and save the world. In the film, the team is able to kill a giant starfish from outer space named Starro, who was attacking a city. By doing this, they save millions of lives. Having a Suicide Squad also gives prisoners an opportunity to redeem themselves, to have a second chance at life, to go through a mission and come out the other side of it a stronger person. Think about the criminals who have had to spend the rest of their lives in prison. Rather than doing nothing and rotting away in jail, they can fight crime for the greater good of society. Bloodsport is a great example of a person who benefits from the program. He is first seen as a cold-blooded killer, but soon shows a more tender side to him as he becomes a hero with a newfound sense of belonging. Some characters can handle the harsh conditions of the Suicide Squad and benefit from it. It didn't work out for others, but they probably should have looked at the paperwork a little more carefully before agreeing to implant a bomb in their head.
Let us now examine the fictional team's disadvantages. First, it has the potential to put lives at unnecessary risk. This can happen if the squad's leader threatens its members to do something unethical. In the film, the squad's underlying problem lies with its management run by Amanda Waller. There are countless times as a squad leader where she gives the team questionable orders. For starters, she forced the team to fight a battle where they were destined to lose. She commanded the team to kill captors who actually turned out to be innocent village folks. Whoopsies! And they got away with it because they weren't on US soil. She coerced Bloodsport into joining the team by threatening to kill his daughter. She ordered her team to let Starro destroy a helpless city because from her point of view, it would be a good thing to disrupt a hostile nation. Waller had ulterior motives about the mission entirely. She gave the squad the impression that they were doing something good, putting an end to a foreign country's secret weapon. In reality, she was using the squad to cover up the US government's involvement in developing said weapon. Anyone who questioned her ulterior motives had a target put on their head.
The team members also suffered from a severe lack of concern for their well-being. There are a few examples of this in the film. The squad's organizers recklessly threw a man-eating shark onto the team. The organizers did a poor job doing background research on the members. They had no idea the weasel could not swim until they found out the hard way. Don't worry, he's fine. The organizers bet money on who they thought would live or die. The squad members have human lives, yet they are treated like pawns or horses in a race. They're used as a means to an end to complete missions. If the squad's organizers conduct the team in an unethical manner, the squad is set up for failure and might do more harm than good.
Next, we'll take a look at real-life Suicide Squads to help us further analyze if they can and should exist. One example we found is Unit 684, formed in 1968 by the Korean CIA. This group of 31 petty criminals and unemployed youths were tasked with assassinating North Korean leader Kim Il-sung. The group was put through intense training on an isolated island where 7 members died from the training alone. After 3 years of isolation, the surviving members rebelled, killed many of their trainers, and managed to escape the island. All escapees were found in South Korea, where they were shot, executed, or committed suicide. So what went wrong? Why did it fail? A few reasons were the intensity of the training process and the low quality of the food they received. According to one of the surviving trainers, the squad thought they'd never leave the training island. Lastly, the trainers needed to have a stronger presence and authority in order to prevent insurgencies. Unit 684 had huge room for improvement.
The next real-life Suicide Squad we will talk about is JFK's unnamed secret task force in the 1960s. He didn't directly assemble the group, but he knew of its existence and approved the creation of it by the CIA. One criminal, Dave Riley, was tasked with carrying out missions in Cuba, including the assassination of Fidel Castro. He was tasked to poison Castro's soup at his favorite diner. However, it failed because Castro never went back to the diner. As a result, Dave Riley was put back in prison. However, in between his missions, Dave Riley was able to get away with crimes overseas, such as arms trafficking, drug dealing, and money embezzlement. He couldn't be officially connected with the CIA or the US government, so it didn't matter if he was captured. This version of the Suicide Squad was unethical because it allowed its members to commit crimes unrelated to their missions.
The Suicide Squads in real life clearly failed. So why does the one in the movie succeed? For starters, the criminals in the movie literally had bombs planted in their necks, so they were kept on a pretty tight leash. However, Amanda Waller's management of the squad isn't what made it work. What made it work was when authority was challenged and kept in check to keep the integrity of the mission intact. This ensured the safety of the team and made the motive behind what they were doing not just blindly following orders, but doing what they thought was right. Because of this, the squad thrived primarily through good ethics rather than a strong authority. While the creators of the squad threw the team together without a second thought, the team was able to settle their differences, kind of, and find greater purpose than just being a weapon. Friendship, a sense of hope, and a sense of belonging.
Now for the final verdict. Should a real Suicide Squad exist? Nah, these characters are fictional. Character arcs don't really exist in real life, so the real life criminals would probably do some pretty bad stuff. I mean, we just gave 2 real life examples where it failed. So no, it should not exist.
But it would be pretty badass.
And I salute